Good day, everybody. Here we are, ready for another roll reveal. This one is number 634, 1956D, original machine wrap roll. We'll take that any day of the week, right? How's everybody doing today? Hope just fine. Got Dirty Water, Paul Adams, got Eric. Josh Carr was here. Let's see. A coin lyric. Welcome to everybody. Get this roll opened up and we'll get started on it. 56D, we're going to go through the first 10 coins on the obverse and reverse, then thereafter we'll go reverse only unless we find a double die on the reverse in the first 10 coins. 1956D is not known for having double die reverses, which is why we do it this way. Kind of an abbreviated way of being able to go through a show and get the show on the road, you know, get it done so we can move on to the next. Don't want to waste a whole lot of time looking at stuff that doesn't really need to be looked at. Hello, Eric. Good day. And Eric and Dan. Mickey. Ant. Good day to everybody. All right, here we go. Coin number 1. Sureg. Sureg comes out first in this one. And this is what Sureg's coin looks like. We have... Let me get this focused in a little bit better here. Got a little minor, looks like a little minor split serif RPM. Yep, little minor split serif RPM on this one. Got a little bit of a split on the upper serif too going south. So this one's going to be likely either a tilted or a D over D rotated counterclockwise. Can't tell yet. To give it a little better look under a microscope with both eyes before I can tell for sure which one it is. But we're going to pull that out. That one's got a big die scratch southwest to northeast going through the 1 of the date. We're going to use that as our major marker for this particular die. I'll flip it over and take a look at the reverse side, see if we have anything there. And nothing remarkable on the reverse side. Sort of as expected, I would say. So Sureg gets the first die variety out of the roll. Coin number 2 now. Number 2 goes to Roger Borland. And Roger will pick up this 1956D. Same die again. So we should have a split on the lower serif there. Boy, it is minor. I don't know if we're going to be able to list this or not, but it is a very minor RPM. I'll just pull them out to the side, and Eric will make that determination when he actually sees the coins in person. Don't need to look at the reverse on this one. There was no die variety on the reverse of the last one from this die. Here's coin number 3 now for Donald Lehman. And Don's coin is a different die. This one is quite different. Looking at either a very convincing case of machine doubling on the top of that 9, or it is a double die. I'm thinking machine doubling. We have a different die here, another minor split serif RPM with the possibility that it could be a double die on the date, doubling on the north end of the 1-9. So we will get a better look at that when we find another coin from that die. Big hit on the coin here. Alright, let me find my marker for this one. Something in or near the date usually is what I prefer to go for. Okay, there's a big mark above the 6. Way up here above the 6. So we can use that plus the mark to the side of the 1. We've got a big die mark right there to the side of the 1. I think we'll probably try to use that one more than anything else. Hey, Sissy, how you doing? Okay. So that one is going to be our second die for the roll. And coin number 4 now. Coin number 4, let's see what we have on coin number 4. Still nothing on the reverses of any of these, but that's kind of what we expected. Here is the first die again. And it's associated minor. So I'm almost not seeing anything on this one. So it could be too minor to list. The little RPM that we found on that first coin could have been a hit on the mint mark. Now I'm seeing a little bit of a split there. It's just not very obvious. This one for Anthony. Anthony Arshnia. Now coin number 5. This one comes out for Jordan. Let's see what Jordan gets. Well, we've got the mark next to the 1, the mark above the 6, so we're back to that second die again. Should see a little bit of a split down there, and we do. A little bit of a split. We've got nothing else going on here so far. All 5 of the coins that we have seen in this roll have come from the same 2 die pairs. This one I don't see the doubling above the 9, so that must have been machine doubling on that last example. Same die though. So you get doubling on one, you don't have doubling on the other. That is a pure indicator that you have machine doubling on one of your 2 coins. Hub doubling does not disappear. Which of the 72 DDOs are better? Again, 101. You talking about better as far as visibility, or are you talking about better as far as value? Let me know which one you're talking about, because as far as value, 104 eclipses all the rest. This is a different die. So yet again, a different die. This one does not appear to be an RPM. Scarcity and value. Scarcity and value, 2 different things. By scarcity, it's 104. Then the next scarcest would probably be 106. And then 109. And then 102. By value, 104 is first. Well, I see. I'm not really sure. Let me back up. I'm not sure that these FS numbers cross over 100% to the numbers on copper coins. I don't pay that much attention to the FS numbers. I look up the FS numbers as a secondary on the numbers that I use every day, which are the copper coins numbers. Let me go back and start over with copper coin numbers. For scarcity, it's 1D04, then 1D06, then 1D09, then 1D01, then 1D02, then 1D07, with 3 and 8 being pretty much the 2 most common ones. And then with value, 104 by far is the most valuable because it is the much more scarce one. 1D04, sorry, not 104, but 1D04. Second in line there would be the 1D01 because it is very major and very valuable. And then the 1D02. And then 1D06. 9, 7, 3, and 8. So if you're catching that. Another minor RPM going on here. Some of these are RPMs, some of them could be broken die punches. The mint mark punch had a little quip in the corner of it, and so it is very likely that's what we're looking at in some of these examples. We are working on delisting, if we haven't already done so, delisted all of the minor 1956 DRPMs that show this particular mint mark punch damage. Let's try number 9 now for Mark. looks like we have another one of that first die with the die scratch running through the 1 of the date. So we'll hold this one out for possible inclusion on the website. Coin number 10 now. This one's for Jordan. Very welcome, Aunt. Anytime, brother. Help anybody out all I can. This is going to be a no-go. I'm gonna draw the line here. I just don't think what we're looking at here is likely an RPM. So we'll pull that one off to the side. Now number 11 to Parviz. Tomorrow will be the 1943 and 1943S reveals. This pair that I'm doing today will close off last week's pull, and then we'll get on to this week. This week we've got 5 to do. I'll be doing between 2 and 4 of them tomorrow, and then I'll probably do one on Sunday, 1 or 2 of them on Sunday. I'll get them finished Saturday, Sunday this week. There's another one of the first die, but that one's got a big hit right down there where the RPM would show. But we can still call it the RPM because we know it is, even though you may or may not be able to see it. Eric, your question is a very valid question to which I have no good answer. Amazon.com tends to be a place where you can find them. It used to be where you could find them on BarnesandNoble.com. I'm not sure about that at this point. Amazon's pretty much going to be your best bet for being able to find them. My book it's been out of print for almost 10 years now. Almost 10, probably more than 10 years now. And the chances of being able to find one still new on a bookshelf is going to be pretty slim. Most of the books out there for sale right now are there was another one of those, the first one again. Most of the books out there are on the secondary market, and secondary market can be kind of wild on these. I've seen it go for over $100, but I haven't sold one in it's been 10 years, I'm sure. There's another one for Parviz here. Let's see what we got here. This is coin number 15. There's another one with the die scratch going through the 1 of the date. Number 16 now, Mr. McCumber. See what we get from Mr. McCumber. Well, it is a normal coin. Normal 1956 D Lincoln cent. Nothing special there, unfortunately. It seems that this is not one of the rolls that we're going to pick out a whole bunch of gem beauties of die varieties, which is a possibility with any 56D roll. So here's another one that's got the really minor, and I think that may just be, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes, but this is the one with the mark next to the one above the 6, so we're going to keep this one out because it matches that die number 2 that we've been pulling out, that second die in the roll that we've been pulling out. There's one for Sissy now. And Sissy, another one with die scratch running through the 1. So there's that. That's that first die again. Number 19 now. Carl. What do I got here for Carl? This one is not an RPM. If it is, it's too minor to list. So there's that for sure. This one doesn't sound right. I'll get this one out and take a look at it, but then we're going to have to weigh it. It dropped and it sounded more like a... Oh, this one's for Eric. It sounded more like a silver dime than a penny. I think it is underweight. This is not one of the 2 RPM dies that we're watching for here. It looks like it could be underweight. Let me get the scale out. I'll punch the scale up. I'm not going to be able to show you, but I'll tell you what it says. I'm usually pretty good at picking these. Yep, 2.8 grams. 2.8 grams. So we're off by quite a bit on this one. Eric, I'm going to mark your coin as underweight. Because it's something that you want to notice every day. There we go. Got that marked as underweight. That's for Eric. Eric Beyer. Eric. Now one for Otis. What does Otis have? Yeah. Again, it's not going to be one of the RPMs. This one has a die scratch in the middle of the 9 of the date. I've been watching those two. Yes, Eric Beyer with coin number 20. Here's coin number 22 now for Ant. And Ant gets another one of the exact same die with the die scratch inside the 9 of the date. A little die crack on the 1. Network of die cracks on the head. This one's got a little bit of pink coloring in the center on the reverse. Pretty nifty looking. This one for Dan McCumber. See what Dan gets. Now that is an RPM right there, as it appears, unless it could be that wax that's on there. Yeah, it's probably the wax. There's no doubling on this. Let's see, 24. Paul? Paul Hampton. Well, see, this one is... these things go back and forth on me. This one's got the die scratch in the 9, but it appears to be a minor RPM, lower split serif. I'll pull this out as an example of a possibility, and then Eric will have to match up the other ones to that die. There's one for Ron Smith. Ronald Smith. What does Ronald get? This is the second die again. Big scratch above the 6 next to the 1. So the second die again. Coin number 25. Here's coin number 26. This one's for Stan. Stan? So that's the same as the previous coin number 24. And others in the roll, I'm sure. This one also has a little bit of woody going on. A bit of color variation. Number 27 for Paul. Back to Paul again. This is nothing. This one's going to be a normal coin. Normal coin there, coin number 27. Now, number 28, Carl. Let's see what we have for Carl. I see this is another one of those. Again, got the little die scratch inside the 9 of the date. I can see a little bit of doubling on the end of the serif, the lower serif for the mint mark. Here's a struck through right there. Maybe a struck through. I think it's a struck through. Let me flip it over and take a look. See what the other side of it looks like. Yeah, struck through. A little bit of a struck through on that one. Thanks for Carl. Now number 29, back to Jordan. This one's the first die again. It's got that little scratch, die scratch running through the 1 of the date. Don. Coming up with Don here. No. This one has a little thing in the 9, but it's just a different mint mark. It's not the same. Mark, yeah, I wish you guys wouldn't buy it for $125. It's to me that seems just a little high, but I may be doing a new version of the book at some point. My publisher has gone out of business, but I can probably self-publish it. Do a POD self-publish. We'll see how that works out. But you know, if a copycat plagiarist like Stan McDonald can keep coming out with books, I'm sure they can't be all that expensive. Not an RPM here. Number 33 here. Ron Smith. Got nothing there. Now number 34, Roger. It's an RPM right there. That's kind of a pretty one, actually. I don't know why we haven't seen more of those in this roll. Now number 35, Surug. A little bit of the wax from the end of the wrapper there. It's another RPM just like the last one. Just like the last coin found in the roll, number 34. This one is also the same RPM. Mickey. Mickey up next. Got another one from the first die that's got that die scratch running through the 1. We may or may not find that to be a listable RPM. If we do, I've already got it pulled out for you. If we don't, you'll get it without an RPM certification. Pretty much how that will work out. There's another one of them. Another example right there. That one's for Anthony. Now number 38. This one goes to Ant. Not to be mistaken for Anthony. Ant and Anthony, two different people. This one is the 3rd RPM again. Another example of that. Now number 39. Mr. Patillo. Chuck. What was Chuck get? That is another one from the first die. It's got that die scratch we've been watching for. That's coin number 39. Now coin number 40. Anthony. Again, Anthony Arshnia. Another RPM. This one's the 3rd die again. Well, we've got way more RPMs than we do not RPMs, but the RPMs may or may not be listable. Either way, there's some more wax. This is just wax from the paper. Comes right off the coin. That's another one from the third different die pair. Number 42, Donna Lehman. What do we have here? Another one of them. Nice, good going. There we go. We got a nice original roll going on here. Sissy. Nothing. That one is the late die state normal, one of the late die state normals that we've got coming out of this roll. Oh, you talking about that stuff stuck on the coin? It's wax. Comes from the wrapping paper. Yeah, it looks like we have a third die again. Third different RPM. Now number 45. Mark? Yeah, a little bit of, ooh, there we go. A nice one. That's kind of pretty. I think we may have 4 different dies, 4, even maybe 5 different dies we're dealing with here. This one for Ant. Ant gets a big goose egg, unfortunately. Number 46, Stan. And we're going to be taking directly, this is one of the second die here. We're going to be going directly from this straight over to the next reveal. The next reveal, I think, was a 59. I can't remember now. 48, Eric Maith. See what we have on this one. That appears to be nothing. 59D. Okay. Thank you, Paul. And Mickey. 49 for Sissy. And, oh, Sissy gets a nice little RPM. This one's different from many of the rest. So that's kind of neat. Sissy gets an RPM as well. And last coin in the roll, Eric Maith. Let's see what you get. It appears to probably be nothing. And so, we got a lot of die varieties here. I am going to pull these up. I'm going to run through them real quick so that you can see the names to whom these go. So many people are getting 2 or more possible die varieties out of the roll. Nice going. That's over half the roll easily. $29. 16 coins that are normal, 29 coins that are not. I call that a winner roll. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So, we'll be back for the 59D here in just a couple of minutes. Give me time to get things set up and we'll be right back. See you then.